Welcome to Gardening with Granny. Today we're going to start the 2023 Winter Sowing Project. Now the last time we talked, I told you how important it was for you to figure out your growing days. And this journal from the MI Gardener is really helpful. So in the vision part of it, there's a pocket. And in that pocket, I've put the plants that I want to winter sow. In it, it says our last spring frost is May 5th. Our first fall frost is October 14th. Now, this is, of course, a guess. That gives us 161 growing days. For when you start seeds, it doesn't pertain to winter sowing. And so that's why I love winter sowing, because I can do that in January and February, where normally if I started seeds right now, they'd be tall, lanky, and not grow very well. So in these jugs are the ones we used last year. So there's some moist soil. This is potting soil. And I also last year labeled them. So I'm going to reuse the labels on the ones that I had good success with last year. And we'll see how successful we are this year. So just gonna tamp down the soil here. And before I do that, I want to show you a little trick. You may know this, but I think it's pretty good. I make my own markers. So how I do that is we go through a lot of yogurt. I go through a lot of yogurt. I simply cut up the yogurt container, and there's my marker. It's food grade. For the trays that I will seed start downstairs, I cut them in half, and then you label the top like this. This can go easily inside. So when I open this up, if this isn't readable, I also put it on the tape, and that isn't eligible, or the sun has faded it, whatever. I've got it in 3 places, and I know what's in this plant jug. Now, there's lots of instructions on the websites all over. All you do is Google winter sowing, and they'll show you how to cut the jug. Basically, we cut it, you start at the close to the handle, but you don't cut through the handle. That becomes your hinge. So you cut all the way around. Not easy work. You do have to make sure you have some drainage holes in the bottom. So start with the drainage holes, then cut your jug, then put your dirt in. The dirt should be pre-moistened, as mine is. And so the first thing we want to start is red cosmos. Now these are really pretty. Last year they didn't do that well for me. I'm hoping that I do a better job this year. And I am working with year-old seeds. So, and these are weird looking little seeds, kind of long, thin. So we're just going to sprinkle them into the dirt. Now, the rule of thumb is that you cover, the dirt should cover the seed as much as the seed is. If the seed is this long, you want to cover the seed with that much dirt, if that makes sense to you. Okay, so now we've got the seed sprinkled. I don't know if you can see the where they are. If you can kind of, I'll tilt it a bit. So here are the seeds. I'm just going to poke them into the dirt, cover them up. And hopefully I've done a good job. They've watered. Now, the thing is, last year, I wasn't as mobile as I am this year. So I couldn't get out there and water them like I should or test them like I should. And a month went by without any attention. Now, sometimes that's okay. Some plants don't require a lot of attention. Supposedly, when you winter sow, if you live like a place like Michigan where we get a good amount of moisture, you should really not have to get out there and water it. If you live in high desert Oregon, you may have to get out there and water it every once in a while. Okay, so we are going to simply take our duct tape. I say simply, but it's really not that for me. Sticky, sticky stuff. Find the hinge, start from there. It is sticky, sticky stuff, let me tell you. Okay, and we're done with that jug. And we want to cut it. I don't do well with tearing duct tape. I have to usually cut mine. So, there it is. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. So that's it for 2023. I will fill the rest of the jugs, and sometime, maybe a month, 6 weeks, we'll check on them and see if they're doing anything. So thanks for viewing. This is Dr. Mary for the Health of It.